Everyone knows Tails, Sonic's loyal sidekick. But what if I told you? There's a theory that says Tails is dead. Not metaphorically, literally. From strange endings to broken AI, and even creepy fan theories that spread across the early internet. Today, we're diving into one of Sonic's weirdest legends. Did Tails die in Sonic the Hedgehog 2? It's 1992. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 hits the Sega Genesis, and suddenly, Sonic isn't running alone anymore. This time, he's got a new buddy, Miles, Tails, Prower, two tails full of energy, and ready to follow Sonic anywhere. From the moment he appears, Tails becomes a fan favorite. But even back then, players notice something strange. Tails doesn't play like Sonic. He doesn't really help. He can't be controlled by Player One. And most importantly, he dies. Constantly. Whether it's falling into a pit, getting stuck on scenery, or getting crushed by a random enemy, Tails is always getting left behind. No screams, no game over, no consequences. He just vanishes, over and over again. And back then, players started asking questions. Why does Tails die so much? Why does the game never react to it? And most importantly, what happens to him at the end of the game? What seemed like a sidekick feature started to feel odd. And over time, what began as a weird gameplay quirk would turn into one of Sonic's most unsettling fan theories. Stick around, because the ending of Sonic 2 might be hiding something you never noticed. Let's talk about where the whole Tails is dead theory really picked up steam. The ending of Sonic the Hedgehog 2. If you finish the game without collecting all 7 Chaos Emeralds, the final cut scene is strange. You see Sonic flying solo, standing on top of the tornado biplane, gazing off into the sky. Tails, nowhere to be found. Not flying the plane, not running to catch up, just gone. Now, sure, maybe Tails is flying the plane off screen, or maybe this was just a rushed ending sequence. But back in the 90s, without context or explanations, kids filled in the blanks, and some of them believed the worst. Some fans even created artwork showing Sonic mourning Tails, or scenes where Tails dies in battle against Robotnik. These weren't official, they were just fan interpretations, but the idea spread like wildfire. What if Tails actually died? And then there's the way Tails behaves during gameplay. Let's be honest, he dies. A lot. Whether it's falling off screen, getting hit by enemies, drowning, or just disappearing from existence. The game never acknowledges it. No lives lost. No cutscene. Just gone. To some, it looked like a design flaw. But to others, it was something darker. They started connecting dots that maybe weren't even there. What if these deaths were canon? What if the game was showing us how he died, over and over again, but we never realized it? What do you think? Is the ending just badly explained? Or was Sega hiding something darker? Drop your theory in the comments. But here's where things get really weird. Because in the early 2000s, this theory wasn't just a rumor anymore. It evolved into something way creepier. As the internet started to grow in the late 90s and early 2000s, Sonic fans took their questions to message boards and forums. Places like Sonic Stadium, Game FAQs, and even creepier corners like early GeoCities sites and Angelfire blogs.
Last Christmas, the world felt its first Sonic boom when Sonic the Hedgehog 1 sold more than 1 million copies and became the most popular video game of 1991.
It didn't take long for fans to start sharing stories about Tails' constant deaths, strange behavior in the game, and most importantly, that bizarre ending in Sonic 2. But the real turning point came when fan creators got involved. They started writing stories, drawing sad or disturbing art, and even coding fan games. Where Tails wasn't just dead, he was haunting Sonic. Suddenly, Tails wasn't just a forgotten sidekick. He became something darker. A symbol of loss, loneliness, and unfinished stories. One of the most famous of these, the Tails doll legend. Inspired by Sonic R, fans claimed this cute, robotic version of Tails could escape the game and appear in real life. People even wrote about summoning the Tails doll by completing a certain challenge, with stories saying he'd appear behind you, glowing red and watching. These theories weren't just creepypasta. They were the result of fans trying to make sense of the emotional weirdness in Sonic 2. Why did Sonic finish the game alone? Why didn't the game ever explain what happened to Tails? And when the internet gave fans the tools to remix that mystery, it became something far bigger than a glitch. It became a legend. Now, here's where things go from fan theory to full-blown conspiracy. Because weird endings and playground rumors are one thing, but when people started digging into the actual glitches in Sonic 2, it almost felt like the game was trying to tell us something. Let's start with the basics. Tails is coded to follow Sonic, but the AI, it's janky. If Sonic moves too fast, Tails gets left behind. If you enter a pipe or get launched, sometimes Tails just stops existing. Now that could be written off as bad AI or memory limitations, right? Sure, but then there's the Death Egg glitch. Some players discovered that, under certain conditions, Tails could be seen for a split second in the Death Egg zone, a place he's not supposed to be. Normally, Tails doesn't appear here. It's a Sonic-only level, but with certain cheats or emulator tricks, you can force him in and things get weird. He flickers, freezes, his sprite breaks. In some cases, his tails stop spinning. It almost looks like he's glitching out of existence, like the game doesn't know what to do with him. Combine that with the ending. Sonic flying alone, the sky empty, the music soft and bittersweet, and you can see how fans started putting pieces together. What if Tails did follow Sonic to the Death Egg and didn't make it out? Is it just coincidence? Or is it leftover data from an unused version of the story? Let me know in the comments what you think. Okay, but here's the question that still haunts fans today. Was all of this intentional? Was Tails' absence in the ending just a simple technical decision? Or was Sega planting the seeds of something bigger, something darker, in their most beloved sidekick story? Some believe Tails was originally meant to play a more dramatic role in the Death Egg finale, maybe even sacrificing himself. After all, Sonic games have had their share of emotional twists before, like Shadow's death in Sonic Adventure 2. But others think it was just a mix of coding limits and bad AI. That Tails glitching out or disappearing was never supposed to mean anything. Still, it's hard to ignore how many pieces fit a little too well. A silent sidekick, a lonely ending, a forgotten second player who dies 1,000 deaths and never gets acknowledged. What do you think? Was it just a coincidence? Or has the Tails death theory been hiding in plain sight for over 30 years? Coming up next, let's break it all down and see how this rumor shaped Sonic's legacy, and how Tails became one of gaming's most mysterious sidekicks. Whether Tails was just a buggy sidekick or the center of a forgotten story, one thing's for sure. This rumor has stuck with fans for decades. A sidekick who vanishes without a trace. A game that never explains it. A legacy of haunted games, creepy glitches, and a cursed doll with glowing red eyes. Tails may have been programmed to follow Sonic, but maybe, just maybe, we were meant to wonder what happens when he doesn't come back. What do you believe? Was it just coincidence? Or was there always something more to this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read them all, and trust me, I love hearing your theories. And if you're into retro mysteries like this, lost levels, hidden lore, weird rumors, you're gonna want to stick around, because this is just the beginning. Hit that subscribe button, smash like if this gave you chills, and follow me on YouTube for more retro game mysteries every week. Thanks for watching, and remember, sometimes the scariest stories aren't made up. They're hidden in the code.